Geeks, nerds, gamers, and trolls. This is your MMOBomb.com first look at Robocraft Royale, a free-to-play battle royale game now available on Steam. I am, as always, the noob first Troy Blackburn. Today we're going to take a look, see what this game looks like, sounds like, plays like. Help you decide if this is a game that you want to try. Now, if the name of this game sounds familiar, you should definitely go check out Robocraft on Steam. It's free-to-play from the same company, Free Jam. This is their battle royale version. Everybody's got to do a battle royale these days. Oddly enough, Robocraft is free to play. Robocraft Royale was originally a standalone spin-off purchase. But now, recently, I believe it was March 28th, this game is now fully free to play. So we're jumping in and checking it out. Just know up front, as of right now, there's no store at all. There's no real menu out front. The lobby is just a lobby with a push-to-play button. That's all there is there, so I'm not going to show any of that stuff off. There's nothing to show. There's a long loading screen and a lobby screen with no menus. There's a few options, audio, stuff like that. But, you know, there's nothing to show off there. So we're just going to jump around, do a little bit of gameplay, show off a little bit of the gameplay. Now, that being said, this can accommodate, of course, up to 100 people. There have not been 100 people in a single game I've played so far. The population is low at the moment, but it just went free to play just a few days ago. So, you know, bear with them a little bit. They're in their early access. They've still got a lot of things to sort out. So hopefully with some time, they can get this thing going because it's got some unique aspects that can really help set it apart. And at the end of the day, I mean, the Battle Royale market is really saturated at the moment. So everybody's trying to do one. Even Paladins tried to do one. So if you're going to do a Battle Royale and have it be successful, you got to do something different. And Robocraft brings something different in the way you jump in different vehicles, these different robots, and they all have different weapons. And some of them might have multiple weapons. Some of them have single weapons. Some of them can fly. Some of them drive. Some of them are just on legs. Some of them have wheels. There's all sorts of different funny things to get into, like this duck here, for example. All kinds of hilarious robots to get into. And so you're going to go around just like RNG. In a lot of other Battle Royale games, it's going to be RNG, what you get, how fast it is, how much health it has, what kind of weapons it has on it, and how many weapons it might have. So you can see me walking around and picking up health packs. That's going to be push 4 to heal. You have to have those stored up. And then you can see down at the bottom on the action bar, right beside of those, that little energy bar with a battery, those are your reloads. So there is sort of ammo. It doesn't keep an ammo count while you're firing. You'll be able to, depending on the gun, fire a few times, and then you'll need to reload, but you got to have one of those battery packs stored up to be able to reload your weapon. So you're going to need to go around and pick up health packs and ammunition as well, just like any other Battle Royale game. Now, as you can see, you can get in and out of robots at will. So if you're driving around in something and you run into something else you like better, you can just jump out and jump into it. Now, as you're going to see, we're going to be doing a lot of cuts in this video. Usually I try to do just like one straight video through, but like I said, I haven't had 100 people in a match yet. I believe the most I've had in a match has been like a dozen. So there's a lot of running around and not doing much because the map is just starting out full size. So there's like 12 to 14 of us on the full size map. So it really has to shrink down before you get into real action. And by the time it shrinks down and everybody sort of comes together, there's like usually 4 or 5 guys left. So just like I said, low population right now. So you're going to see the video jump around a lot just to try to keep things moving a little bit. Me trying out different robots with different guns. And we're going to get into a couple of fights here in a minute. But as of right now, there's just a lot of boring spots, so I didn't want to just show one long battle royale with a bunch of me running around, just not doing a lot besides driving these robots. Now, one of the things I really like about this game, aside from jumping in and out of different robots with different weapons, is the fact that as you get into combat, you can see I'm going to start shooting this airplane here, and he's going to fly around, and as I attack him, it's going to knock off different parts of his robot, and as different parts fall off, he's going to lose the ability to use or do or maneuver certain ways. So if I knock off both of his propellers, he's going to fall to the ground. If I knock off his guns, he's not going to be able to shoot back. And I believe actually I shot his airplane down, and he's going to hop in something else here in a second up top. As you got out, you can see you got that little mech you kind of run around as. It has like one melee ability. So you're not completely defenseless, but for the most part, if you're out in your little mech swapping between robots, you're probably just going to die if somebody runs into you. Matter of fact, I've killed a couple of people like that. I just catch them out. They got damaged in the robot they were in, and I caught them out running around trying to find something else. So it's an easy way to take somebody out. Now here you can see I've done a lot of damage to his vehicle. He still has a gun though. He's in there trying to heal. You see the green aura around him. And you can see the controls of my robot have got a little wonky. He's knocked off some of my legs during the combat. So my controls got a little hard. And we're going to dive more into some of the controls of the game here in just a minute. But it's pretty typical WASD. Then you use the mouse to look. It's okay when you're using something with legs, but when you get into some of the flying stuff, some of the stuff that's more gliding, then like helicopters are okay, and anything with legs are okay. But if you get into like gliding stuff and like airplanes and a lot of cars with like 4 wheels, they get really hard to control, and it's just the controls just aren't there yet. And the gunplay's not quite there yet either. Sometimes there's just not good feedback of whether you're even shooting at all. Like certain guns, it's hard to tell if you've even got ammo going off. And then sometimes it's hard to tell if you're hitting your opponent or not, or how much damage you're doing, if any, to them. So some of that stuff's still a little off, but overall, the ability to swap out robots and have the different guns and stuff, I found it pretty entertaining, other than the fact that it's been small population on very large maps. So, you know, you kind of got to entertain yourself for a little while till you can go try to find a fight. And of course, these were some of my first few hours in the game, so I was doing a lot of just swapping robots and seeing what different guns did and seeing what all kind of hilarious robots I could get a hold of. So here we're going to wind down. I think this was my third match of the game going in. So I tried to peek out because I heard this helicopter. That's going to be a big part of this game. Is like, especially helicopters, they're really loud, and some of the bigger, heavier machines are louder, and some of the smaller hovercraft are harder to hear. But you're going to want to listen. You're going to want the volume turned up. I've got the music turned all the way down so I can hear some of these machines moving around me. So I heard the helicopter, tried to peek, paid for it with my life. But I came in third place out of like 14 dudes. So, I mean, maybe I'm still bad at the game. Now, this is a clip that I wanted to show because this is some of the control problems that the game still sort of has. And like this thing right here, like I'm just trying to pick up this health pack. That's all I'm trying to do. I can't get this thing to turn at all. I mean, not even a little bit. I'm struggling, and I just want this stupid health pack so I can store it up in case I get into a fight. And like I said, some of the other robots, man, they control just fine. Everything's smooth, and they turn, and you can make it up ramps in short corners. But some of them, and it's not just flying ones, like the helicopters, like I said, the helicopters are really easy to control. But like this shark thing that just sort of glides around, really, really difficult to control. Some of the cars and stuff rip if you're trying to take a short corner to get up a ramp or something, or get in a door to get away from somebody or chase somebody down. Good luck with that, because the controls just aren't quite there on some of these robots so far. While we're just making some of the complaints about the game, optimization is not fantastic in this game. There's frame rate drops for no reason whatsoever, not even in combat, just weird stuttering. And here we go. I get stuck in this corner because this thing will not make a turn at all. So just watch me struggle. Just know there's still control issues. There's still gunplay that really needs some better feedback. There's optimization issues with how the game runs. Overall, the Battle Royale mode is a super fun mode to play. I've played some really bad Battle Royales and still had fun because the game mode itself is super fun. There's a reason those game modes are so popular, especially when they're done well and done right. So this game right here has a lot of potential. We're still in early access. I'm hoping some of this stuff gets sorted out. They just went free to play, and when they went free to play, they actually made a statement that they're refunding everybody who had actually paid for this game beforehand. They're refunding them their money. And like I said, it's free to play right now. No store, no cosmetics, no nothing in the game right now. So I'm hoping, and that's all I can do at this point, right, is just hope. I can't say for certain, but I'm hoping that they're focusing right now on optimization issues, on some of the control issues, on getting the gunplay right, on getting some of the camera angles to look good whenever you're trying to fire on an opponent. If you're under trees and stuff, it can be really hard to see. So some of that stuff, man, if they'll really focus on some of that stuff, this game has enough going on to set it apart, at least enough to make room for a certain group of players who would want to come in and play this instead of something like PUBG or maybe even Fortnite. And I think at the end of the day, for right now, that's going to be our final verdict on the game, is a lot of potential. I'm hoping that going forward, this thing sees a lot of attention, and it really has potential going forward. So for right now, I don't really have a ton to show off. Like I said, there just weren't a ton of players in the game right now, and there wasn't a whole lot going on. So I just clipped together some clips of different robots and a little bit of fighting and stuff like that to try to show off what I could. So I apologize that it isn't just full of big, immense fights. But it's just, there's not a population for that right now. So going forward, potential. This game has potential. If you want to check it out, you can do so for free on Steam. Thank you for checking out this first look for Robocraft Royale. Ladies and gentlemen, always check out MMOBomb.com for all your free-to-play gaming news and information. I've been the Noob Fridge, Troy Blackburn. You can check me out on twitch.tv/NoobFridge. But for now, we're going to call this first look done. I am out. Man, I really, really hope they get this right. I'm going to check this out later for sure.